what do they say? Why you have to be going to a public hearing, why this can't be done at the staff level? No, you know what, I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out. Usually we don't really talk about landscape issues and this,
Well,
I
that,
guess like we could weigh in and say like, we're okay with raising the entire level of this interior court to the same level. Unless any, oh, well, we can't actually vote on this, right, if we're not enough people? Okay, but if we were to vote on it, we would be possibly saying something like, no problemo, whatever that is, whatever that is in English. But we can't vote, so we might just ask you to stick around. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I don't know if anybody has questions online.
We can hold him until we get one.
Well, is any, you up to speed? We're gonna wait till Vicky's up to speed just because we can't vote anyway. All right, don't worry about it. Well, you'll join. I mean, unless we just kind of like move around and put this on the shelf and wait for new people to arrive that we don't have quorum for. and-
Just to hold it off until your next.
Yeah, we're gonna pause now, right? Okay. We're gonna pause and then, thank you. I don't see any problems with it.
Thank you.
But we're gonna wait till everybody comes in.
Okay.
thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, do you want to?
For the next application?
Well, I want Vicky to look at this so that when we do resume, she's on board on this, and then if no one else walks in, we'll have to go.
That's the. And then we see when it's ready.
Well, this one would be an easy one, but just take a look if I'm overthinking. Well, I think you could tee it up on the screen, if that's what you're getting at.
Just a minute. It's gonna be a Sunday.
Just the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but.
Well, just tell me. Have you been just? Like 3 months.
Go there. Well, go to the picture. It's like, you know this building, it's actually close to the main landing.
Something?
No,
No.
it's the spot that looks at the city, you know, and they wanna raise some areas
Why?
to make everything the same level.
Maybe it'll.
But it doesn't block, does it, will it block? Okay, well,
Is it gonna be like a sun deck? Is this like for sunbathing?
tell me what's gonna be different about photo 5. Why don't we, well, we might as well keep talking, and, okay, but photo 5, I'm gonna bring it back up.
Okay.
It looks like there's like a bridge. Is that gonna be gone?
Existing stairs stay, then there's a metal deck that comes across. It doesn't go back down, it just stays around.
LM02. Yeah. So
Hello, Bruce.
Hi.
the railing is gonna look like the railing that's already there, sir?
No, it'll be
So can you project?
it'll be a extension cable,
Point to the one.
it's horizontal.
Oh, what do you think about that? So now we're going,
So
now we're going to a tension cable.
Contact, why?
that's why they're on there.
And-
But,
And
because,
Well, you're the architect,
that-
or you're
yeah,
the
no,
designer, so you should put it
well,
up.
you don't want to block the building, so this is more transparent.
Oh, God. Something
Oh,
historical.
glad that Vicky showed up. Okay, we have a forum now, so we're live. This is live.
Great.
You're in play again, okay? I don't have such issues with it, but Bruce is gonna get some candy and he's gonna talk about it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Yeah,
We all had
Thank you for showing up, Bruce. We needed you for,
And I forget how to sign it now.
substructure.
And that.
Why are you here? Close.
I think that's structure.
No, I just forget that.
Yeah.
Now, imagine the cover.
honest.
The covers are all the different heights.
Right. Talk to us about S100. Are we controlling this?
He is. We had that. So this plan here, these are the areas that you are,
Yes. The one with the green is a stepping deck to go, because it's going down to a grade. We're going from 17 feet to 13 feet.
How do people get down to grade now?
Uh,
This
it's
is the one you want to say?
they go to the ground, natural
Wait,
grade.
wait, what was that?
Oh, they just walk.
There's also some steps.
Okay, this
Right.
is-
So these are huge platforms you put in,
Yes,
made out of what?
Fake wood.
tracks, wood,
Right, Trex is the material.
wood deck.
Trex is the proposed material. Which, well, I mean, you can put as much Ipe or impregnated real wood, it'll never last there, and
Well, eBay will, but anyway.
it also might not
Might not work.
last. It's natural, and that's the problem, but
No, no, it's a thing that make wood.
yes. I wanna put them on the spot, but Lucy, what do you think? Yeah. Okay, leave it on that.
Bruce, have you caught up to this?
No, I'm looking for the page.
Well,
Oh, there it is.
yeah,
There it is.
I just, like, covering the driveway, really getting desecrated, one month after another, sorry to use that word. But just are constantly getting fill-ins and just hook long done.
The metal surface, as you get up to the top step, there's some metal surface that you walk across. Is that existing?
that's
And
there.
instead of going back down,
No, I-
you now go out onto the Trex deck.
Yeah,
That's what it's
exactly,
called.
yeah.
And I'm sure you've covered this, but what is that honeycomb?
Right.
in the corner?
The honeycomb is also, it's not a deck, it's a tracks decking, it will be, favors to match the existing.
And what is it for? What is it purpose?
Yeah,
So for lounging.
yes,
This is currently in the spas, Bruce.
because there's.
When
a-
you get off.
This
the-
is far right on the.
There's a pool, is that, so the pool is in that area, right? So that's why, so
I see.
we can gaze upon the bathers.
And this is facing the wall.
Yes.
Yes.
On pool right here,
Mhm.
here's the pool,
Mhm.
right, and you're right in here, pool.
Right.
Do you need the guardrails that are against the building?
Hmm.
Good points.
Yes, because some of it does not touch, are not close to the building.
There's a hole between the walkway and
Yes,
the building?
exactly, yes. And we're putting in greenery.
Oh, so there's a garden.
Yes.
They are.
Right.
New Yorkers.
Do you have like a rendering of what it would actually look like? Do you have anything?
You guys are New Yorkers, what do you think?
Well, the
Very
state
tight,
is word
you-
for Governor Fallon,
Yeah, okay.
but we're not, we are.
Oh, we have more,
That's
okay,
all I
good.
got.
So, you're so astute, I don't know who's here. Okay, well,
All right.
I'd like to hear more opinions because I'm a little bit indifferent on this one, and then you're gonna call me and say, you're so annoying. Okay.
But
It's in the back.
it's in the back,
Although,
it's a function.
We're waiting for Bruce.
I'm somewhere between indifferent and, thinking that it's just too expensive. That's what.
Right.
Also, based on this drawing and not on, as you say, a rendering, it looks, like a lot of different materials and elevations and
Right.
all of that. It looks much.
patchwork?
We do some better.
Actually, you do see, because it.
It looks much, but it'll probably be approved by
You can see,
landlords,
so the water is.
which is not our problem.
I'm looking for some, direction here. Because we gotta write a positive or a negative resolution.
What is that next to the honeycomb, to the left? There's a walkway with two fences that doesn't lead to a door. What's that for?
It leads to a door.
The door is not on the drawing, right?
probably not. It's hidden because of the angle of the building.
So we're not opposed to an idea of the deck?
No, I'm not opposed to an idea of a deck.
Just see.
Is it the railing? Of course, you want to be able to see the pool, I suppose that's the point.
You see the pool. Pool and island.
And we're not touching the building, we're
Not
we're
touching
We're
the,
not touching
keeping it away from the building, therefore we have to look at the railing that's pushed up against the
Exactly,
railing.
yeah.
I mean, up against the building. Can it touch the building? And not have the railing? I mean, the railing's so wide.
Well, we can say the railing is really detracting from the building and find another way and they'll take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would think you could get awfully close to the building without touching it, like could be engineered in a way that it could, you know, kind of
okay, so,
hover near, but.
Is this the same thing? Why did it? flip
yeah, it is the same thing. It's just a different orientation.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hey,
I'm gonna say we're okay with the landscaping portion but we'd like to see, we prefer a version that didn't have a railing that was blocking the building.
that was, well, also the layout, simpler and
A simplified layout.
a simplified layout that complements the existing natural features. Like, it's just like a room.
That's a little bit, frou-frou-y statement, though.
Hey.
So we kind of like, that's why it's like,
Not properly.
well,
Without saying it's dark.
okay, or we could say we don't like it by just saying that the railing blocks the building. I don't like it because the railing blocks the building. Then he's not gonna be able to solve that problem, or they don't care whether we think about railing blocks the building. At least it moves forward, like I said. I don't think we're doing anything groundbreaking other than that. I appreciate all the work. Thanks for coming. So I'm gonna write a resolution saying, I'm gonna do them all. I aim to do them all. Oh, no, Chat and me are gonna do them all.
I'm laughing, I appreciate what you're doing, it's nice coming, Zygazoo.
Okay, yeah, right. Oh, but he wasn't nice. I mean, he almost,
I know, it was a
was
nice.
totally flip-flop, but we're gonna write, I need to call the question on a
we
resolution.
need to know your members. and-
Santiago, would you like to weigh in on this?
I'm here. I don't have any other comments.
Oh, yeah, Santiago, okay, remember him. Okay, so, I'm gonna write a resolution that says the railing basically blocks the building and therefore we would like to see something different done with the entire thing. Okay, and then they can leave it up to them.
More sympathetic to the existing.
Yeah, well, blocking, and when you block something, it's not sympathetic to it. So that's why I'm kind of just trying to, you know, if I block you, that's not me being sympathetic to you. Okay,
Trying to make it sound like.
we're gonna make it sound good. I will, preservations, but yes. Okay, thank
So what
you.
kind of blocking, you said? it's-
Yeah, like that you're supposed to then like either get rid of the railing by bringing the thing closer to the building or just going to the public hearing with our resolution and going and you'll rock it in there, you know, you'll do fine.
Because we want to put some greenery between the decking and the building.
I'm with you. I understand.
Otherwise, we will eliminate all the greens.
How much space is between the decking and the building now?
Right now, it's about about 12 feet.
No.
Don't show like that.
It looks like it's about 5 inches.
I know.
In this drawing.
I know. So that's.
It's uncomfortably close. Like, it looks like it's like. this.
Yeah, that's why.
Where it's closed, it's 6 inches.
Oh, yeah, 6,
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah.
If the railing there could go away, and perhaps you could just push the deck a little closer.
Can you butt into the building?
You don't have to touch the building, you just need to get very close. That way, no one falls through, you know, or nothing. There's,
So we have to, what we have to do is we have to follow the contour of the building.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
because right now, they
They
want
don't
to
think,
put some landscaping.
not at 6 inches, you're not gonna have any.
No, where there is spaces.
They don't seem sympathetic to the building. They seem like they're fighting. I
Yeah,
think you should just flow along the edge very close.
Mm-hmm.
And then have no landscape against the building, so you can see the building. And then where you want some pockets of greenery, you could open up the deck, you know, and put something in there where it could flourish.
It should have been a bigger one. Yeah,
Sounds nice.
okay,
Or something.
All the questions?
Second.
All in favor of a resolution that says that it's not so sympathetic to the building and therefore not really approvable by us?
Aye. Santiago? You too?
Aye.
Thank you. Unanimous.
Thank you for sticking with us on that.
112, 113 South?
Mhm. Okay, thank you. We'll get this out to you. You'll rock it out in the whole thing. Don't worry
Thank
about
you.
that.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Love that my chewing is picked up by the owl. Just thinking I'm supposed to speak.
I haven't had, what do you call it, that, Entenmann since college.
Oh, that,
Would you like another?
It's reminiscent.
that's when you started to get into preservation.
Right,
So
right.
there you go.
I'll just set it here.
I know, I don't-
forever.
Yeah, when the rest goes to Lucy for breakfast tomorrow.
Oh, I haven't had mine yet.
Okay, then. Okay.
Okay.
Are these properties currently undeveloped, meaning not, these buildings are vacant or no?
No,
112 and 113? Yes, they're not. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, they're fully there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just adding dormers.
Yeah, and
Great.
the roof
Make
is
a habitable space up front. Absolutely.
Good evening.
Hi.
My name is Paola, and I'm presenting both 112 and 113 in one presentation. Because
Great.
They're practically the same building, and we're doing the same thing to both.
Great, very cool.
remember, there is.
I see, I understand.
Isn't it the pediatrics?
So this is the historic district at the seaport. The first building is 112, and the one next to it is 113. Here we see some historic pictures through time, how this building has been, has not changed, but actually the area has changed. It's from around the 1830s, the building, the two buildings.
I thought I had a package, I guess.
Here, send that down to Bruce.
Thanks. Thank you.
So this is how we look currently with, the modifications that we're gonna make. You could, there you could see the roof.
Oh, wait, hold on, I'm just stop you 1 second. These buildings are vacant. They don't look currently have these with all this graffiti. This is very current.
Yes, but people, no, people live there.
Oh.
Yeah, already
It's
live
how
there.
you work.
So they
Old
have
school.
scaffolding. They're working on the facade. They're working on the
Okay.
facade to.
Okay, all
change
right,
the
people live
graffiti.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
people live there.
Thank you.
Is that the bar down there, or is there a bar down there, or no?
Not anymore,
no,
no, but they renovated the
Oh.
storefront. as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
storefront. Okay.
Storefront's renovated. Okay, good.
So this is the layout. The one on the, is the fourth floor. And then the other one is the roof, which is being a new design and also adding a loft at the top. So it's converting it into duplex, integrating the fourth floor, the attic, and then the loft at the top. So in this section, you're gonna see that more clearly. So this is the elevations. We're adding 2 dormers in the front, aligned with the windows, which is something that is in the area historically that's done to other buildings.
Totally.
And then in the back, we have a shed dormer. This is the front, this is the rear facade.
There you go.
There, yes, right here. So this is the rear, we have a shed dormer. And
These dash lines.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the graphics, but it's bricks, it's the existing.
It's brick, a
Yes.
brick roof, all the way.
well, there's a
No.
dormer too, which we have to work on in a minute, but.
It's a standing seam roof, is that correct?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay,
so it's not brick.
not the roof.
building's
No.
brick.
Yeah, the building's brick, but the roof is metal.
Uh-huh.
And it also has, on the new dormers, it's gonna have, it's brick, but it's, veneer.
It is.
Oh,
Yes.
veneer brick. on
Yes.
The dorm, okay, so that's an unusual thing, that you're gonna brick to the dormers?
Yeah, we're not, I don't think that's, we can
No.
really recommend that.
That would be what we call a new invention in the world. It doesn't exist. You don't brick a dormer. I mean, unless
There's no-
it's a low building in like
Where
a
would the-
fishing town
Where
or
would the
something.
brick bear?
But we'll get,
There's no bed.
okay, everything looks really good so
Meaning
far,
dormers.
and scale of it.
Dormers are.
Yep.
Do you have an actual picture of the current roof? A picture of
Well,
the.
yeah,
There you go.
bottom left, bottom left of the, on the screen. The
So
tar roof, it's an old terrible roof.
It may not have been tar.
Many other roofs under it, yes.
Yeah, you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah.
But the angle will match the rest of the buildings in the row, right? You're not.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, it's gonna be kept the
Cool.
same, but we're adding the dormers. So
Right.
here's the existing section. And this will be the new. So we're habilitating that attic, and we're also adding a loft. And this is how the dormers will look, from the front facade and the one for the rear.
Yeah, I mean, the concept I'm familiar with. Did you think about taking the fire escape off? Is that a possibility in the front, or no one would ever want to do that? Make the building shine instead of having the fire escape death trap out there? I mean, I don't know. If you were to remove it, sure. I mean, it depends. I can't analyze this building for fire code, but I've removed them. I've had people get angry about it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
People love
I
it.
love them, yeah.
Yeah, go either way, but this is it's a thin building, it's not the most beautiful fire escape. Anyway, I'm okay with this section, I understand the concept,
So the materials of the dormers, that brick cannot bear on a wood frame roof like that. So it should be like a turn metal or like a plated iron, seamed copper, or
Yeah,
metal of some
something that looks
nature.
like
Or stucco?
stucco works.
No, stucco
Doesn't want that, but
speaks
it
to brick.
It'll
too.
get disgusting
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah,
It's
some
too
of
heavy
that.
for that roof. It would be metal.
Yeah,
The
in
whole
this
thing would be
case,
metal.
yeah. There's a couple on the block already,
Mhm.
which you could look at. but
They're
that's
covered in
just-
tar, but if you
Yeah.
keep looking.
I know, actually think there's a new one, there's a couple
There's
new
a-
ones
yeah.
somewhere, so.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Go back, yes,
Oh, yeah, look at that.
sorry,
That's a nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
there or one more?
What is this?
Shed dormers on the back.
Or the one in the back.
They look up above. You got dormer on the doghouse dormers on the right, shed dormer on the left. Also, the buildings are not orthogonal, and they've drawn them skewed, which is the thing they should have done, but it gives a little bit of a weird illusion.
Yeah.
And we're not up to the rear, but it's in what amounts to a space between it and the building that there's up on the next block behind it.
Yeah, there's,
Oh, is there a rear yard? Is that the
a
question?
rear yard. Yeah, there's, a rear yard, and there's a lot of, I don't know the exact amount of distance between, but there's enough distance.
And there's buildings.
in the behind.
The Durst building,
Like that.
Wow.
you know, with the courtyard in the middle. And it looks like it has about 13-foot rear yard on its own lot.
Right.
So
Okay.
there's light and air back there. And you'll do the same thing over and over for the rear shed dormer, okay?
Next slide, please. No, next one. Images. Oh,
The render.
the elevator, frames, photos, whatever. We'll go back to the other one, the first one before this.
Yes.
There it
Here
is.
we go.
Oh,
Those
there
things
they are.
at the top. What are
Well,
those,
it's-
I'm sorry, what are those things at the top of the?
So those are, skylights.
Oh,
back.
For the law.
Yeah, for a lot.
Okay.
And I think there are some penetrations on the roof now, not that you can really see them through the tar, but it looked like one of those photos had.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that's
need
the
to
question.
purchase- yeah,
Where's all the mechanical equipment for this work?
the mechanical.
Like air conditioning units and the flues and, you know, we're not here to like really do that, but stuff goes up through the top of the building, and so it's something to consider, that you'll have to consider, and especially not knowing what your HVAC system is, knowing where those are would be kind of helpful, as you go along. They may be on the back of the building, they may be, you know, you can't put them on the roof, so.
Most likely in the back.
Yeah, why don't we get some, just check back with whomever has, you know, the final answer on that, just make sure you've got some sort of, information about that, and the windows in the front are being replaced? Cause those windows I saw in the existing picture.
No, they're not gonna be replaced.
And keep the windows.
I mean, that's not part of this application.
Okay, but are they maybe being replaced under another application?
I'll have to look at that.
Okay, because I understand you can make some things staff and some things, but I would be surprised if you kept the windows. I would actually say that I wouldn't even approve this type of renovation if you weren't changing 9 front windows. Bruce, you're nodding like in a
No,
way.
I agree.
Kind of like a weird.
I agree, unless the idea is to leave the graffiti and leave the old windows as a statement of the old South Street Seaport and make the top new altogether.
That would be an interesting statement. I'm gonna just write that you should really change the windows and whatever, but okay, great, and these are views from like a drone.
Yeah,
No,
no, this is from the.
Oh, the bridge,
rooftop.
okay, the bridge,
From the,
right.
from the Fulton.
Let's see.
From the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
See,
the
this
two
is
on the right,
exactly-
you're the two on the right.
Yeah, so this is how it would look.
They're all changing, they're all getting their dormers back, that's great, okay.
Hey, Vicky.
Oh, those
Yep.
two right there.
Did you get a roadie? Whatever, whatever.
A different building. Go to the right,
This.
right, go to the right, keep going, there you go.
Yes, that's
Oh,
it,
this
right
is-
there.
Yeah, the two buildings.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
two
yeah.
17, how wide are these buildings? They're not 20 feet wide. I know how, I think they're 16 and a half feet, or
Yeah.
something crazy like that. Or 17 and a half, because that would make 35, whatever, it's some weird half foot number. Okay,
There may be details, oh, say slow down, I was gonna
yeah,
speed it up.
starting with you.
Oh, me,
Take your time.
We're talking to you.
Oh, take your time. What do you want to?
Ah. I was gonna speed it up.
No,
We've discussed the windows, we've discussed the
Right.
material of the dormers. Other than that, I would say this is an improvement.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely.
100%.
That's the way to say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, good. Like
And
that.
this, how it will look.
Yeah, and you showed us all of the required documents. Yeah, that's how it looks.
And I love the power coding.
What?
Right.
I love.
Although now I'm confused because you're showing it without a canopy. Is there gonna be a canopy or not? There's a canopy now, right? Or is there,
No?
I think there is, like.
Yeah, I do.
Here, take and look, because I can't see.
There is.
Okay, so, and I think you were
The
keeping,
canopy for the.
I just don't see it in the rendering, but it may be, maybe because it's like.
Above the
a weird
window.
angle.
For the little.
Okay,
This canopy.
yeah, yeah.
It's right
So you're
there.
In
keeping
the
that.
first floor.
Hold on.
Okay.
So you are keeping that?
We're keeping it.
Sorry, who are you? Are you the architect?
No, my aunt is the architect, but I work along with her. Yeah.
That's good.
And is this a set of like filing drawings?
No, this is for the presentation.
Don't they give us everything that goes into DOB eventually and landmark commission? Yes, they do.
I don't like to disagree with you, because you're always right, except this time. you're wrong.
Are you afraid to face her?
Yeah. Okay, you gave him too much.
You don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah, in my understanding, you give the presentation, and once it goes to staff level, we make all the changes that you guys suggested, and we do the full set of drawings, and then we send it to the DOB. That's what we were told.
Yeah,
And I see the canopy now. on the-
but what do you want? What do you got? What are you looking for? What are you thinking? I know, you're,
A little childish, like this drawing, honest to God. What does this tell us?
Which one? is
I know what it's, I can extrapolate.
Your roof
No,
plan.
you don't need, you should not have a description machine here. This should all be self-evident. Here are the dormers, the bags, the child.
Okay, so I just, we think it's, you said the best word. It's passable, it's, improvement. And, new
Metal
windows would really complement this to make sure
We're
that.
not having this.
No, we're not.
And no brick dormer, it has to be a non-brick material, no brick dormer.
They are gonna do windows, and then we need to know.
Well, no, that can be done at staff level, if they just follow the rules, we don't need to know. That's
And this
true.
is here, they'll come back for signage and lighting. And we-
We already did that. I think that was already approved.
Yeah,
Our
you're
application.
right.
This application is only for the dormers, right?
Yeah, the
It's for the
dormers.
dormers
And
and
the
the
roof
bathroom.
material.
And I just,
It's an integral look, right? I don't have an orange roof with a pink door, cause you can't separate.
good point. What is do you know what the storefront color is by any chance?
And what you do, where's the front door to enter these units?
I mean, it could be dark, like you.
I
you
think it's
got it.
black.
Yeah,
And what color is the roof that you're proposing?
good call.
Dark gray,
Right, dark gray room,
like the
which
ones,
seems right. That seems like a
the new
good
ones
fit.
that are.
And like asphalt shingle?
No,
No, it's standing seam.
Have the dormers, I'd make the dormers out of the same
Yeah,
material.
agreed.
Yeah, make the dormers out of the same material.
Out of the same tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
And we
the
did
perfect
that,
example is 107 South Street.
Sorry?
Hello, Brenda.
No, Santos.
Hello, Santos. Yes, Santiago.
Yeah, what I was saying is I'm looking on Google Maps and I think the aesthetic they want to copy is right, you know, a
I
couple
believe you're correct.
doors
It is.
down at 107 South Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get 107.
We're
Yeah,
guided by
you just
landmark.
saw him before. I know, he's on our committee.
Yeah.
So am I allowed to move the question?
Yeah, call the question.
Second, are you voting for these combined in one? Because it's
Yes,
stuck in.
yes, definitely.
Answer both questions in one swoop.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's, okay, in favor. Santiago, where are you on this?
Place your camera on my.
In favor.
In favor, he's on,
Thank
okay,
you.
great,
Carried.
next color, yellow. Thank you so much, have a great evening.
Look, so 2 and 3 is taken care of.
All right.
Yeah,
Quick
exactly.
and through.
Yeah,
20 years
we got
ago,
one
we
left
see
bag
that.
of candy. Okay, hello,
Okay,
Second.
we're doing very well,
thank
I'll say that.
Exactly.
What, now it's a big dog?
Yeah.
No. Another little cutie.
Oh, governors, can I be here?
Sure.
309?
This is the.
Oh my God.
I know this building.
Speaking of Wikipedia,
There have been temporary artists.
But I think that's an art, that's like a,
Right?
purposeful.
And I've seen them.
Tell me what flicker.
Oh, what's her name?
Liquor was stolen.
See, my friends,
Great. We ready?
Yes, thank you.
Hey, everybody, I'm Sarah Krautheim. I'm the Chief of Staff at the Trust for Governors Island. I think I know many of you. Thanks for having us. I'm just gonna give a very quick intro to this project. Thank you. Okay, we are here today to talk about Building 309 or 309 Clayton Road. I want to point out that this is a non-contributing building to the historic district, or the Governor's Island Historic District. However, the Trust for Governor's Island is looking to renovate this building and expand its current use, which is, we use it today as an event space as well as a space for community programming. Many of you might know this building. It is a former chapel that was built by the U.S. Coast Guard. When the Coast Guard left Governor's Island in 1996, it was formally deconsecrated, so it has not been used as a place of worship. The name during the Coast Guard era was Our Lady Star of the Sea. And we recently, about 2 years ago, completed an interior, phase 1 interior renovation of the building. We put in some lighting, we put in an AV system, and today we are hosting about 100 events in the space, programs for our arts and culture program. Many of our tenants on Governor's Island, like the New York Harbor School, the Cultural Council, and others, use this space free to them, free programming. As you can see, the building does have a temporary mural. This was a commissioned work by an artist named Chantal Martin. This is something we're interested in doing potentially in the future on a seasonal basis. We do not have plans for artwork now, but it's been very engaging and popular with our visitors having the art. So I'll turn it over to Lori, who is our architect, is going to present the details. And just to note, you're probably wondering, why are we here for a non-contributing building? We did review this with LPC staff. We are looking to add a small deck on the exterior of the building to really create an indoor-outdoor experience with events and programming. So that is why we are here, because there are some impacts to the landscape. Lori Markinson,
Sorry.
and Markinson Architects. Nice to meet you all. So here we are. And so we are seeking certificate of occupancy, adding a deck. We're gonna put some new gutters and downspouts, interior renovation, lighting. ADA accessible conversion of two windows. And I'll show you that on the elevation, two doors, plus transom, so they can get out to the deck. Drinking fountain inside, janitor's closet, and fire alarm and sprinkler system. Okay, so, there was, a report created by the GSA, the building was mentioned in it. And the building was deemed, essentially category 3, and it notes in category 3, no exterior elements of the building should be preserved and it could be demolished, but we don't want to demolish the building. We want to elect to retain the building and use it, as was spoken here, for continued events, climate exchange, all kinds of wonderful things that are happening. This is the initial historical photos. One of the things I just wanted to point out is that there are no shutters on the building. And so, you know, as we were looking at it, we were thinking it'd be nice to maybe take the shutters off, because they look like funny ears.
They're not the right size.
They're not the right size, they're plastic. So here's the current elevation, and this is how you enter the building. Typically, as you did in the church, there's new kind of it's added, there's a handicap ramp. And then we're gonna be adding the deck over here to the side. Here is that historic district. Here we are, right here. And I'll show you. Also, these are really the ways you circulate to the building. So you come from Swanson's Landing on the ferry, either on Hay Road or Clayton, you walk this way, or sometimes Yankee Pier in the summer from Brooklyn. And you're, you know, essentially entering here because you're going into the events, so the front is, you know. This is the existing condition of the building, just the site plan. There's some older walkways. I've got photos of those for you. And there's some really beautiful trees that have grown up, specimen trees that we're trying to be really careful to avoid. So that's why our deck has this shape. So the deck is kind of working around the trees, trying to stay clear of the roots, and also taking advantage of looking onto the grade ground and this kind of beautiful view of that. What we're doing, and I'll use that here. These are the walkways. There was a question, we met with, and Mark, we had a conversation with them. There was a question about these walkways and are they historic, but they're just kind of funky right now. We're gonna be adding on top of this.
Adding what?
The deck
Ah,
will be, I'll show you
okay.
in the site plan, but I could go back. Actually, the deck is gonna go, you know, right here, okay? And this is what we plan to do inside the building. So we've done work to add a handicap water closet, made more labs, a kind of prep areas for events. This is just showing a typical event, because there are lots of symposiums, presentations, and it's very exciting space actually when things are going on in there.
I forgot to mention, we had a performance by Yo-Yo Ma in this space. Beautiful acoustic,
Yeah.
great for performance.
I know.
So we're doing the board lighting, mechanical work, but nothing changing on the exterior. This is the existing elevation with the shutters. They're the two windows that we are planning to change into doors, just clear glass. These are showing the shutters. We'd like to remove them.
Well, you see why they need to go once you cut the windows.
They
in the
look
door,
really
so.
strange, like high pants. So, and here's our deck, which we're keeping very low, but we want it to be the same elevation as the interior floor. Right, so you're looking here at the north elevation. And here it is in its site. I'm gonna show you 3 views of it. The first one from the front entry. That's before, there's with our deck. So here's our deck with railings, which we have a sample board, which I can bring out. So we're using a galvanized, so we want it to be very thin and very light. So we're using a mesh, similar to what's being used on the High Line, to just be super light. We don't want to look like a residential
you know, kind of cattle thing is. But, that's the whole intention of what we've designed. There's the materials, there's a. Here it is from the, great, and there it is with the deck. Right? And this is, I mean, our actual Rhino model is in there, so even though it was very, I'll move up on it. And then we have kind of a temporary canopy that we might put up in the summer. This is an inflatable. I'll show you an example of one that I worked on. Yeah, from the Avery Library. These are very light, so we're trying to keep all the structure that light, so it kind of disappears. This is a view of it at night, so we could string lights.
So it's just HSS posts, that's what it is?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Will we hold it?
yeah, it's a little head down.
It's on one side. Did you notice the big piece of galvanized?
Yeah, I didn't worry about that. So here's a close up, right? You can see the railing. So the whole intention is just to be light.
Invisible.
Invisible, that's the idea. And thin, and there's a piece of cedar on the top, so people could kind of rest their arms or put a drink on it or something. But, and this is just movable furniture. We also have the same materials, the deck, which is a cedar that is gonna have a weathering stain, or it could be the Trex, but we've specified the cedar. Stain, and there's the inflatable that would kind of just be seasonal for canopy. I have an example of the one at Avery Library that I've worked on, where the students at the graduate school there, it's just, and it won't be hung, ours won't be hung like that. It'll be hung.
Yeah, that's the ones.
So, well, because we couldn't touch the building.
Building,
Yeah, so we have, inside the building. We're not doing this. We're not touching the building, but I should go back. So this material board that's over there. So this is the galvanized, and you can see the no material. This is an example of the cedar with the weathering stain that we're placing. That's the original size of it. So it's a 6-inch board. This is Trex. We want to go that. We really want to do the cedar is our intention. And we have the drawings out with the DOB. We get a docket number. It's listed on there. The window is aluminum painted. I think it's a Conair window painted white. We want it to be transparent because we really want the light to come into the space, and we don't have the 6/6 windows. So you maybe saw that. And then this is the light mesh. I think that's it, right? So I don't know if you guys have questions. You want me to go back to any slides or anything?
I'd like to see the elevation again, the proposed one, even though it shows the shutters or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, or that, well, that,
This-
no, that won't have shutters, right? Or now it's,
This has the shutters because when we submitted it to DOB, we just left the
but
shutters.
you won't have shutters.
Well, we would like to remove the shutters.
You said they're plastic?
Yeah.
They're plastic. They were put on by the JSA.
The historic photo doesn't have
They're
them.
not original.
No.
An historic photo shows the church
Definitely
without.
remove the shutters. Definitely remove the shutters.
I mean, you think at first glance, though, they're original. They're not.
Okay, so that's a remove the shutter comment.
There's basically what, you see.
So the windows though, okay,
Let me go to the window.
well, it's a 6/1, is that what we're seeing or?
It's this 6/6.
Oh.
I'll just show you the drawn elevation.
Yeah.
No, here we go. So these are, it's very light here. We're getting.
Yeah, but I get
You
it.
can see it on your drawings.
It's 6/6.
6/6, but see, this is a different portion. So the window, if we put this here, it's not gonna be the same proportion. Because it's a door.
That's your
And the
rationale.
door- Well, no, the door also needs a frame and structure. It just requires, has a transom,
Yeah,
right? And so I'm not going to get the same proportion. And
right.
so we are proposing to show it as clear glass.
Vision pattern.
To let it be different because it's new, it's in the same opening dimension. We just take it straight down. We don't increase the size of the opening up or to the side, we just take it down to the ground.
Okay,
So that's the idea, because if I use them, they're just not gonna be a nice proportion.
Yeah.
So that was the idea.
what about this new door on the side there?
That
looks
door exists.
Traditional.
Oh, well, they're replacing, excuse me, new door, we're replacing with stain that's there.
Okay, so it's just new version of.
Yes, and there actually was another thing that our person at. Oh, it's the Louvre. You have it in your set, on the back of the building. There's on this elevation, you have this set.
Where's the bin?
On page A, which is it's 15, because we added it. There's a vent and landmark said, it's a vent. Well, it's existing and we're replacing it. We're painting the same color it was. So that's just to let you know, because I know you guys get
This
interested.
is great. I'm into it. I'm into it.
Your elevation show the larger window 16/16, is that what you?
6/6, there's.
Right?
16 over
16, 7, 8, 9, 12, or would be 16.
What are we gonna do?
You see what I see?
Yeah, 16/16.
It's the little ones up front that are 6/6.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, so there's 6, but that's what's there.
It's exactly what's
Hey,
there.
can you show me that historic photo again? Yeah, that first front photo. If it's 16/16, it's 16.
They're big windows. Those are the little tiny ones.
Then, because
We don't have another pic of the side, maybe?
So good one.
to that point, it's coming, lots of sheets, the great thing, yeah. Well, that, but we have a fire, so there's a post. Right?
They're big windows.
Okay, that's,
There, it's
Yeah.
these that I can move.
I got it. Okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm. Move in on it here, this next one shows, that's tight, and I'll show closer.
Yeah, it looks like.
Ta-da!
There we go.
There you go, you're right. Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
The posts that you're showing are permanent?
The posts are permanent, yeah, because we have foundations for them and therefore lights or for, just.
So they're
have-
wired.
Yeah, or to have a canopy so that, it gets very hot in the summer when the vents are going on. And so, the tree does something, we did a whole solar study, but, when people come out,
Well, the cloud will.
the crowd will be like, so it's native, it's like, make it look kind of people for the events, so that's.
Well, I love cloud ideas. It's very
Kind of fun.
pretty rendering.
Climate.
I just have to say that I can't believe that you achieved the exterior with like a painting.
Oh, I love that.
Well, luckily for you, you'll be going there every week.
Yeah, I do love it.
Found that.
I do love it. I don't think that it-
She said it might change too, that it might
That I don't-
rotate, but I know I really like that one.
It was here, it's.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it was intended to be a temporary commission in 2019 and people loved it so much that we've extended it, but this is the last year it will be up. We're gonna replace it. We have a new art curator. I think she's actually gonna present at the next waterfront committee if anyone's interested, but we have an idea for a new artist to reimagine. But it's such a great canvas for public art and people really love it.
The building is actually.
I love it too.
Most of it
I
is
think
there.
that building is.
Good, you and Bill will be going there all the time.
Yes, after you go to
Yeah.
the spa.
Yeah, exactly. The Estee Lauder.
Will it be reconsidered as a non-demo, or maybe they'll revise their report about the island or something?
No, probably
No,
not.
they'll
This-
just say
this
it's always been
report-
demolished.
This
and-
report dates back to,
Okay.
when the Coast Guard was departing, not,
I see.
LPP weighed in on it, SHPO,
Okay,
the Department of the Interior. The GSA is probably not what it used to be.
Right. as relative to this.
For
sure.
the tops.
Yes,
Okay.
So we get a lot, like, every couple of months, we get a project. There's no overall vision
there
for
is.
Governor's Island, because
Yes.
everyone's just coming and doing what they want.
Not quite. We have an overall development vision. I was
We
involved.
should have said that first.
No, no.
We've-
No, let me answer this.
Yeah.
Let me answer this. We have an overall development vision that I personally have been involved in for the last decade. We did recently present to the executive committee at Tammy's Chair Meltzer's request. I think that was maybe 6 months ago, to just give an overview of all of the projects happening on the island. We're more than happy to come back and do that, but many of the projects that are coming to Landmarks are led by tenants of Governor's Island who have responded to RFPs and
No, I know.
are redeveloping
We see them all.
buildings. This one is gonna remain under the trust control and ownership. Yep, but we're always happy to come back and give an overview refresher.
Okay, so we are okay with this? And
Yes.
Call the question?
Is this always gonna, is this just a temporary, is this the handicap thing?
It is a temporary, yes.
Say it.
I recall,
For LMCC, but not, no longer. Are you still on the board?
yes, I recall, interminably. I recall, maybe I was tripping. I recall 2 stories. I recall that there was a group show. My friend was, had a audio piece.
We did.
Aren't there 2 stories?
2 stories of the building?
Yes.
Oh, good question. There is, a balcony in the back of the building. Or, well, really where the front entrance is, but it's not a 2-story building. It's just like a little,
Okay.
mezzanine.
Okay.
It's a firewall.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do.
We really use it for storage. and
Okay.
Sometimes like we'll.
Call the question. I gotta call the question on this.
Do it.
Okay, so second,
Yes, Santiago camera, please, and how do you?
Thank you.
in favor?
Yes. Yes.
In favor.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
One more, thank you.
Thank you,
Get home
Lori.
safe.
Thank you. One more to go.
I think it's so cute.
It's like such a special. Feels very special.
I'm very glad
Made
Frank.
a decision, so you understand how it happened. It could fall through the cracks easily with the government making a decision.
Thank you.
Okay. One gives you one of this.
Thanks.
I like. Okay. Time? Mike,
Thank you.
phone. Oh, got it. Why?
It's not funny.
I laugh about everything. Remember when you and I were at that restaurant and I laughed? my
Oh,
way-
yeah.
Okay. I just laugh about everything. You know that about me.
How come I wasn't at that restaurant?
Oh, you didn't, it was, can only be attended by the Roger groups.
Finally, the warehouse. Finally,
Oh, this is this is
yeah,
it?
finally.
Is it a new owner?
I guess it is.
Okay. And
Oh.
the smell will be gone or whatever?
The last warehouse
Right,
left in
okay.
Tribeca.
Oh.
Wow,
Someone
okay,
actually, a homeless person actually died here last year on the front. Just-
okay,
Oh.
okay. So
Thank you.
tell us about 139 Franklin Street.
Yes, thank you for having us. My name is Ed Rollins, or Rollins Architects. I'm this student for the project designer of Jehovah. And we'll, try to keep it brief for you. I think you know where the building is, it's 139 Franklin Street. It was a self-storage building for many years. That's been built on. And we are, sorry, design team, I'm gonna just go through this stuff kind of quickly. Some examples of the previous projects we've done. 215 Sullivan Street, Fort Bleecker. And this is our site. And Franklin, former Strohmeyer and Art, it was designed by Manny and Frankie and directed in 1909.
Which is my ignorance. And in the middle, or just my.
Corner building.
Corner, very, very, very prominent. Very,
It's not that.
right, that's the corner of Varick and Franklin on the southwest corner, and it's enormously prominent and it's very narrow.
So, it's in part of the district, and it's also interestingly, if I can point at the screen here, when it was built, Varick Street did not cut through, so it was
Right.
built as a mid-block building, but then very quickly after that, Smith Street came through here. And so, like you see in lots of parts of the city, including the Lower East Side, Allen Street, when buildings are taken away and the streets are cut through, buildings that were not always intended to be corner buildings became or that is the case with Franklin. There is this a newish sliver building that was built a few years back that's residential against the edge of Derrick Street and the Greenway Tower. What we are proposing to do is convert to residential use and some minor modifications with a bulkhead at the top of the building, non-occupied for elevator and mechanical, removing an extension at the rear of the building, increasing light and air at the back of the building, and restoring the exterior of the building. Then I'll hand it over to you, Rachel, and you can take a seat.
So here's some historic photos of the site from the 40s. And then same vantage point as those historic photos today. So you can see the existing condition, there's a scaffold and a shed. And this is, I'll just point to it here, the rear extension that we're proposing to remove, which is not very visible. It's concealed by a story building.
Where is that?
That's
Which
there.
photo is that?
And
Go back to our,
Top
Oh,
right
sorry,
photo.
it's right there.
So
wait a minute,
Yeah. That's the other warehouse.
oh,
the back of
yeah,
the old
of
warehouse
course, the
that he
spice,
cut up.
that was
Yeah,
the
that was
spice warehouse,
warehouse.
yeah.
What was the name of the company that housed this, the shipping company? There used to be
Yeah,
a sign.
It's crazy that I
Escaping
can't
me.
remember.
It's
I
not
see it-
Globe,
I
it's like-
see it every day.
Oh, it's still there,
But,
that
yeah,
sign.
But I can't remember the name because
Okay.
I'm old.
Okay.
So here's just some vantage points from a little bit further away from the building, and the arrows all point to the sites you see from various vantage points.
now, just to back up, you can see it on the image number one there, that shows how you can see the edge of the building after Derrick was cut through from the east side of the square, which is the street.
So here we have some,
2 seconds, from the east side of Finn Square, that's West Road.
Yes,
The west side is not,
yes,
okay.
yes.
so in the aerial views here, we're kind of highlighting, the proposed removals. A part of the scope, we was to remove the extension in the rear, which you can see here. That has the benefit of increasing light and air down into the middle of the block, as well as for the residential conversion. We are also proposing the removal of water tower and the existing elevator bulkheads to facilitate a new mechanical bulkhead. A new bulkhead which will house mechanical equipment, stairs, and elevator to modernize egress and elevator. In addition to that, there will be restoration as a part of the scope, so we're gonna clean and repair the existing stone as well as the brick at the front and the rear. And the existing side facades are currently painted and we will. All of the windows are planned to be replaced. And we will do some replacement and some restoration at the front of the building, which you'll see in more detail in a little while. So these are just some photos for reference of the existing conditions of the fire escape, which we're proposing to remove at the rear of the building, as well as the extension. They're kind of weird, you're seeing them from the top. So this is the roof of the extension that's proposed to be removed. And here we have two plans for comparison. On the left is the existing roof plan, on the right is the roof plan. So you can see in plan in red here, this is the footprint of the extension that will be removed, as well as the various existing structures that are on top.
Sophia Brothers, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
It's on
Thank
there.
you for that. I needed that. I needed that.
Including the water tower, the elevator bulkheads, as well as some skylights. Our new bulkhead, like I mentioned, will house modernized elevator access as well as egress stairs. We are only proposing one elevator for this building to kind of minimize the footprint of the bulkhead that comes through the roof. In addition, we are not proposing a generator. We've cleared that with the Department of Buildings. It's acceptable for a conversion. And that also will minimize the amount of mechanical equipment up on the roof. So the enclosed bulkhead is here, and that is centered. And it's set back Franklin Street. It's not visible from the front, and you'll see in a little while. So yeah, setting it back, pulling it back, limits its visibility from the front. We're
Have a
also,
drawing showing this?
yeah, we'll see it.
It's very visible, Vicky, from the,
Huh?
it's very visible from the
From Finn
Finn
Square,
It's very visible.
because of the way Finn Square opens up from the front of the building, you don't. So here in section, just quickly, this is the rear extension. In red is the removals, and then here is the proposed. So
Hopefully the whole floor.
the,
So, one thing to add, Rachel, is that we positioned all the rooftop mechanical equipment to the south of the bulkhead, and to the west of the bulkhead, to minimize the. Which you can see,
That noise. I got it.
which you can see, there on the. Thanks.
doesn't like.
Don't even have a vent showing on the roof.
I know,
People.
I know, well, that was my
There
concern.
was some disparity going.
They'll figure it out, it'll be in the lab.
It's not working.
I know, turn on. There we go. Okay, so back to the so the top of the elevator overrun, which is a portion that you see at its tallest, is 24 feet above the existing roofs. For reference, the existing water tower to its tippy top is 29 feet.
Why is it so high?
Well, because there's a requirement for the elevator, which we have to access the roof. So the current elevators don't access the roof. The new elevator will provide access to the roof
Why?
because we're proposing recreation space up there, which is required by zoning. So
Required by zoning.
Quality housing, well, it used to be quality housing, now it's whatever to convert a building you need to do.
so in order for the elevator to come up to the roof, it has to extend that high. We're limiting the footprint. I'll just go back to the plan. The only portion,
We need to see the elevation, how this works.
Look at that.
the only portion,
So now it's all part of the new zoning, a lot of those things. We can talk about it.
so the only portion that exists that projects to that 24 feet is this little rectangle up here. The rest of this is all lower.
Mhm.
Okay. So zoning, the building as it exists is
Overbuilt.
overbuilt, it exceeds the maximum height, but the bulkhead that we're proposing is as of right because it is permitted obstruction.
And you're getting the floor area by what?
There's no floor area.
Oh, because it's not an occupiable space.
It's not, and, well, except for the elevator landing, and also because we're proposing to remove floor area in the rear of the building. We're actually net reduction of floor area.
That is not a penthouse.
No, it
There's
is
no way.
There's no habitable space.
Well, what is that large?
Yeah.
What is it?
All mechanical.
Mechanical.
That entire thing is mechanicals?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Well, they also need to bring their egress up.
Both
there.
stairs to the roof, a pump room, and
Right there.
a small elevator lobby.
So we went-
So you got like VRFs up there or something and like, or some sort of farm, whatever.
Okay. This is the elevator itself. This
And
is
only
the
one
elevator
elevator.
minimal lobby, the two stairs coming up,
It's
pump
inside.
room, and the one private stair. to the
16
apartment, dedicated outside area.
Oh, so that's why I inherited perhaps the apartment below.
This one does.
Yeah.
This one is a common rack space
Yeah.
here.
And what's the big dog on the right? Dedicated bubble?
This is a DOAS or dedicated outside area unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For it's ERV or EVR, whatever, yeah.
There will be ERVs to, yeah.
Whatever, the thing that goes circulates the thing. Okay, got it. So
To share to all the apartments.
that's all to say, this is really like just serving the building and you're logically putting it on top of the building. You're not grabbing any more land on top of the building.
And we are hiding it behind the back of this, and on this side, which is not.
Okay.
Great.
And I would add that if we were converting this to a commercial use,
You need the
we need a
generator.
lot more
Yeah.
stuff up there than
Yep.
this.
You're right,
So
you're right.
So the visible, okay.
This is a fireproof building.
It is fireproof. Yes. It's quite interesting in the structure of the.
Do you only need one stair then?
It has
We have
two stairs.
two
Right.
stairs, two stairs, not a scissor stair, two stairs. In order to minimize, instead of a scissor stair originally, we looked at that, but it was easier structurally not to.
How tall is this building roughly?
It's about 127 feet.
Okay.
So it's just over that triple, but 68 code, we don't need to divide it, generate. Those are three counts.
I mean, I don't know if we're done. I mean, I think we're really, only thing it's
I
saying
do
here.
think we should see the rendering.
Yeah,
first.
yeah, but what we're talking about, what the root of this is the roof. There's nothing, everything else is staff and,
Well, we're also
No,
proposing
the
to
ground floor.
restore the
And the ground.
canopy.
okay, so we're gonna talk about that.
And also to restore the storefront.
Okay,
Yeah, that's.
And the removal of the rear extension.
right.
And essentially, you could argue that it has a storefront, but it goes back to the time where the fronts of some Tribeca loft buildings were actually open almost all the
Right.
time. There was no real entranceway for trucks and garages to go in and out, right?
That's right.
So that works, but I do wonder about if there's some visibility from the very long view.
There is visibility from Finn Square.
I think we should get there.
Yeah,
And then we can go back. Let's get there and then let's up.
And then when we turn around the corner a little further to the,
Keep going.
to the east, you can see just a little bit. And then across Finn Square, you can see a bit more of the bulkhead. Because again, as I said in the beginning, Barry Street was cut through. And so it's, our building that was an interior building is now closer to the corner.
And that edge of the building would then be the public terrace, that long edge that we see.
The face,
Yeah.
each side would be
Uh-huh.
the public terrace, and we have built a mock-up, you can see the mock-up. in the lower
And
left.
did you make a railing up there, or is that already high enough?
We need to add a railing there, and, so we'll,
They're showing it.
yeah, we showed a line of the railing there.
And what are the various materials of that?
We'll show you that, that's coming.
Okay.
And so various views, this is from, the south, at West Broadway and Barrett, the corner there, you can see a little bit of the bulkhead and a little bit of the mechanical screen on the image on the upper right. And similarly on the, lower left, there are. Sorry, Rachel.
Drinking, already drinking.
So this is a view kind of mid-block on Franklin, looking towards, very minimally visible from this vantage point.
No matter how visible it is, fortunately, you have the ridiculous Jenga building overpowering.
Well, the thing that's interesting about this neighborhood is there is a lot of structures on roofs around. And so contextually, this is being proposed as a utilitarian structure, and it is of a similar scale to many of the other rooftop things that you see in the neighborhood.
And I do want to add, we, as some of the other presenters mentioned, we did meet with, Landmarks twice, actually. The first time it was much bigger than this, and we went to a lot of trouble to really make it much smaller, significantly smaller. And Corey in particular.
Corey, yeah.
Was, no, he was very appreciative of this
Good.
version of it. So, you know, we're using all the tricks we can to make it as small as possible. We're using MRL elevator instead of a
Yeah.
traction elevator and lots of those details. We didn't originally have all the mechanical equipment positioned behind and to the west. So we've made a lot of adjustments to, we had 2 private stairs coming up, and just 1, some things like that to really. make it
I
as
know
small
we've
as
lost
possible.
about taking care of private terraces, private stairs.
Private escalators?
Exactly.
Putting escalators in yet?
Exactly.
I have these clients, they want escalators.
Unbelievable.
No, they don't,
Oh.
that's total.
The rooftop enclosure, I guess there are only 2 materials that will be, come to mind. Metal, so it's all separate,
The zinc,
utilitarian, or you do it in brick.
I like the zinc.
Good, well, he's doing things.
We're proposing zinc.
I'm throwing you out after
No, it's metal.
We're proposing metal as a utilitarian structure. Some samples of the materials up there on the screen.
So there's some mesh, there's some solid.
Yeah, what we're suggesting is that
New
we have
guardrail.
as delicate as possible, the guardrail portion here above the main roof of the bulkhead
The mechanicals.
with the mesh. So this is the bulkhead, this part is mechanical screen that's solid, and then the railing or the guardrail for that roof is meshed like this. So
What happens to that side of you gonna paint that whole side of the building, or it's just gonna be the way it is?
it is currently painted, and we're proposing to repaint it. We did discuss this quite at length with Landmarks.
Oh, yeah?
And they felt that, and, it goes back to that cutting barrack.
Yeah, how they felt like
It was
that.
much used as a billboard for all the photos that
Yes.
we've seen. It was painted, and so we think that, and in the discussions with Landmarks, that continuing that finish on the building is most appropriate. So
Colonial.
I ask because I've done this trick a lot of times, instead of doing, glass, if there's not anything special about the brick, you extend the brick up
Exactly.
the same and
Yeah.
then paint it the same way, and you kind of get,
Where?
I was gonna ask.
you know,
that.
here, because it's not like a special brick wall, and if it's gonna be painted or we're gonna be stuccoed, why introduce a glass guardrail when you could just go up
Build up.
42 more inches,
Just
you
build up
get
and-
more blockage,
Exactly.
I completely
and
agree.
it's just not a special wall, but,
we
you
can
know,
consider that.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I think that would be a nice thing to do.
Say that.
I think I noticed you
You
were gonna
were.
say that, so I said it for you.
Yeah, I was actually saying one of your projects, I remember.
I did that, yep, I did that, I've
But
done this.
we are proposing to alter that because the parapet currently hasn't, it steps along, and on one side it does, on another, so we were proposing to level it out, but certainly could consider, just raising it. for sure.
I mean, I would just I would just add it as a it sounds like everyone's in favor of this, I would just add as a comment, anything you can do to obscure the long view that doesn't contradict like, I wouldn't want, if that building was, that side was all in, obviously, like terracotta, we wouldn't ask you, but if it's gonna be painted white, okay,
Also,
we'll find a way to say something.
the reason I asked, is that this is fairly long.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
rectangle. So I'm like, well, just extend the brick. I mean, you see, looks like you're, adding a floor. If this was a small floating thing, then I would go, okay, you can, like I said, do a metal thing. What else, would be done for, mechanical, industrial? But because this is so long, it's like.
Or you
metal
even saying,
skip.
why do they even bother setting this back?
No,
No, okay,
saying
okay,
why
okay,
metal,
yeah,
why not
okay.
brick?
But
And
isn't that a little bit
Tell 'em.
contradictory when we say that we don't want to see the whole bulk? And then now
Well,
we're telling them to extend and make the bulk that's at the foreground bigger?
No,
When
no,
you're talking about materiality, right?
Right.
And you're saying you like brick.
I'm saying that if this was this big, it'd be a little thing,
Yeah.
like this big, right? Okay, make it in a different material. It's this big, right? So the possibility of not doing metal, but doing this brick, so that it just looks taller, seems like a perfectly reasonable
And what about a
design
compromise?
option.
What Vicky is saying, but not literally extending the same facade. What about doing that recessed installation in matching brick and matching
That's
paint?
what I'm thinking,
And
it'd be a
leave the
lot
recess.
less.
I think that would be better.
It would be a lot less
Okay.
jarring.
You're right, why rub the lot line facade in your face?
It would be a lot less jarring if it's
Yeah.
just in brick, but now you're sticking out, it's
Right.
not very pretty, and you're doing a different material.
Well, it's not in the same plan.
Yeah, no, we realize that.
You're talking about architecture.
I think what
We
kind of,
understand.
it's a more allusion to the Walker Building on the left, which is a wedding cake kind of thing, or even an apartment house building on Park Avenue that has stories.
You know, it's a little thing, but yours is like the length of the building, it's a perfect opportunity to make it out of the same brick and then not see it. You're not giving us, okay, the Louvre. You're
Well-
giving us some mechanical boxes in metal. Cover it up if you can.
Well, I think we discussed the materiality at length with LPC, and they were also in favor of it not being masonry at the top, so.
They don't know what they're doing.
Well, they don't live here.
They don't live here. Exactly.
I think there were
Just come
two
here for
points
work.
that we
They
were
come,
talking
right.
about. One was extending the facade, which
Yes.
was painted. The
Yes.
other one is the materiality of
Of
the
Well,
bulk. Which
Well,
to me, what
Mostly
they
from
have,
this angle though.
hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
I think what they have done, just looking at the plan, is the minimum they could do to minimize the bulk and treat the materiality somehow to make it look smaller. Like, I don't think there's anything else they could do unless they say, oh, we're gonna give up a whole floor to put our mechanicals in order to keep the bulk as
Right.
minimum as they can. And the materiality, it might be a personal preference, but I do like it being a different material. And it's not a cheap metal that they're proposing.
big
They are
barrier.
actually
We're
proposing. a
saying,
very
as a
fine
community
material.
board, we don't represent our personal opinions. We represent those of what is best for the community and the people that live in it.
Correct.
And, you know, everything is a puck. Everyone has to be special. And then we just get a whole lot of special, which.
But I don't think it's special. I think it kind of blends with the context and what it's supposed to be. To me.
Okay.
Well,
Right, okay.
I think we are coming from a position where the interventions that we're making on this building, we're taking more of a Department of Interiors approach, that the intervention at the top is of its time, and it's respectful and set back as much as possible, but it is not mimicking, and so we feel.
Jingle
we
jangle
feel that-
of our time too.
Well, but there's a precedent for these
Alright.
type of things on top of the buildings.
I stopped loving that office after that.
I would just as well say this is an approvable thing and write a couple little things,
I
but.
do have some
Yeah,
comments.
comment, please.
Now we should show you should show, I'd suggest, now we go backward and show the,
Oh, right, we haven't done the sort.
Let us look at the,
with the caveat that there's very little they can do to make this building meet condition worse. There's almost nothing they can do that would improve this building, this condition.
Well, they sound.
So
That's the demo.
that's, the left is the rear facade, which shows the extension that we're proposing to remove. And we're proposing a new infill in that area in a brick that is sympathetic, but again, not mimicking. And again, that same attitude of the Department of the Interior. So a brick that is in the same sort of family of colors, but might be a little more textured, a little more elongated, and carrying the window pattern down.
Is that a first floor
Beyond.
cellar and subcellar?
Yeah, this level here is the first floor.
First floor and
This is
cellar.
cellar.
So you're doing it at the second floor, the first floor and the cellar?
Right, because this is, the rear extension is cellar 1 and 2. So this tonal difference is where the new infill brick will be. And I should mention that that building that you saw from
Yeah,
Barrack Street is
Yeah.
a one-story portion. So the
Yeah.
portion you're seeing is that.
understood. That's a
Portion
new,
up
they
there.
developed that. Are you doing it, are you excavating it all?
No,
So there's no subcellar?
there is no
Okay,
subcellar. In fact, water is
Right
Pretty
there.
high.
pretty
Okay,
high.
sand,
We've gone through a lot of.
Yeah.
So that is a residence on the cellar level?
It is residences on the back, on both,
I
all the
see.
way into the.
Okay,
And you're allowed to do that as a residence, in the cellar?
It's part of the upper.
Right,
floor, yeah.
Yeah, it's some PPN about that.
nice.
You can make it an ADU. No, no, I'm joking, there's not gonna be many.
No, it won't be an ADU,
Yeah,
but,
in ADU.
by removing the extension.
Yeah, it's gonna be
as Rachel
great.
Said, we're opening up.
Air, light and air back there, it's gonna be lovely, I agree, so that's what we see, this little, although it has character, it's gone, it's gonna be gone, and we will see this from the street on the right, we will see your new kind of, that brick would be in the same plane as the. Mhm.
Yes.
What did they say about that?
They were ambivalent, and
Yeah.
they want it to be matched, they don't always agree on the interiors, and we don't feel super strongly about that, if that's something that, you guys feel.
Guys, what do we think about that? I'm actually
Why?
not, well, he's saying they're gonna change the dimensionality of the brick.
No, I don't
To
know
make a
why.
statement that it's new versus old.
No.
So we'd rather
Not
see the
here.
same dimensionality. I think I agree
Same
with that.
thing, I'm tired. of
Okay, so can
everybody-
we make that our one comment, maybe? Bruce,
Yes.
anybody?
I want to see what they're doing to the. ground
Okay, so
floor.
now we're gonna go to storefront. Okay.
Okay, so this is what the loading dock looks like today.
Mhm.
So there's the lovely stone entrance, and then a series of loading bays, and then the last bay is a service elevator behind it. It's not in great condition, as you can see. Interestingly though, we did discover, this upper right photo, there are some windows that are hidden behind generally at that loading dock.
That view is from the inside.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cool.
So,
Apartment.
part of, no.
No.
I'm joking.
No. Part of what we're proposing is restoring those windows on the loading dock. We are essentially replacing the infill of these bays, but keeping the transoms and replacing the glass. Also replacing the doors and the transom at the entry. We have to do that because the door widths as they exist now are too narrow. So the replaced door, one will be wider and one will be narrower.
But what about the pillars?
The pillars are gonna stay.
Cast iron.
Okay,
columns
right.
will stay, yeah, and they get restored.
And the infill is wood, painted?
Yeah.
We're proposing wood, wood doors with an upper light and then a solid
Yeah.
light below, matching what you see in the neighborhood. It's a little unusual, and this is something we discussed with Corey, because we were originally showing double pairs of doors between each one of those cast iron columns. And, we noticed, and he keyed in on this, that the existing doors were in this triple pattern. And so that's why we're showing a triple pattern under the double, and it's kind of a quirk of the building, but, under the precedent image
Yeah,
on the left, you can see that more of that double pattern, and,
but there are triples. So there
Yeah,
are
I think
triples,
so
doors
are
and
the
stuff. I've seen them. Okay, so we're gonna go back to what you
Keeping
think
that
steeped in
triple.
the originality.
yeah.
It's very handsome like that. And is that gonna be a lobby or apartment?
Part of the lobby, yeah, and the new City of Yes zoning, we're in a commercial district, we cannot have residential use within 30 feet of the street. So that is part of the lobby. So it'll all be open, lit, part of the same
Cool.
finish.
Thank
I
you.
do now I have a few comments.
Yeah, go.
And some of it's just
Great.
point of information. If you look at, oh, they're not enumerated, these pages, huh?
Right.
No, they don't have to.
So if you go,
What does the title say?
view study secondary facade. Just as a point of information, the building behind the Square Diner, which is on the corner of Leonard, and that wrapped around to the one-story building to which he's referring, that was like one thing, and it was once a storage and a spice warehouse. You'll notice that although the one story was essentially redone, almost made like a new building, the facade on Leonard Street was restored. However, the lot line cut behind Square Diner, you'll notice they did nothing. Because, talk about what became a lot line
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
I'm just pointing that out as a point of information regarding their exposed now lot line.
Yep.
Number two, who is the developer? Who owns the building?
Broad Street Development.
Okay. Number three, just as a point of information, it's nice to say that they're not doing two elevators so that there's less mechanicals on the roof, but in fact, they're not doing two elevators because they would lose all that sellable square footage. So just to make that clear. And number four, in your opinion, you're the architects. After this is approved, and it's inevitable, where do you think in your ideal plan, Broad Street will value engineer out some of the things you pointed out, some of the expensive, what do you think will wind up not being done?
I don't think anything. I think, I would point to those two examples of past projects with them.
Yeah, those are, I've seen those in the West.
They pride themselves
Right,
on building well,
it's true.
and that's their brand, and it's become our brand. And
Good. This wasn't
I
a slam against them, I just know developers.
I can tell you the Sullivan Street project, that was our first project with them, and Sullivan Street wasn't currently in a historic district. And we convinced Broad Street that the Children's Aid Society was a really amazing building and that it should be fully restored. The stepped gables, slate roof, copper, bluestone. We used John G. Wade and Associates to make sure that we restored it perfectly. That was before it was in the historic district. And then we got it approved. We met with LPC, as an approach, even though it wasn't required. So, that's where Broad Street, and this is heartfelt, because that is where Broad Street is coming from.
Yeah.
And 40 Bleecker, similar project, wasn't in a historic district, but we collectively as a team felt a responsibility to the city in the context of the neighborhood. So I don't think anything's gonna be done.
That's good to know. Wasn't there an issue in this building, or perhaps it was the one next to it? Wasn't, despite what looks like a massive building, weren't there issues regarding the floor plates, the depth, the shape? No?
No way.
I thought there was an issue on the west side of the building regarding light and air.
There are lot line windows on both sides.
Yeah.
And those are staying, but we're not proposing to use them for light and air.
Right, okay, thank
So
you.
just the rear area for light and air.
So my comments.
Okay, anybody else have comments? So we
What do we
are,
think with the backside?
I think it should be, the brick should be, even though I understand what you're saying about the Secretary of Interior standards, I feel like it should be the same. I feel like at least dimensionally.
We don't put all the weight in that. They're not McKinney and White.
Okay, Bruce, yes.
When you, there's one part of the discussion I couldn't understand. Were you talking about LPC wanting you to change the angle of the, is that what you said? There was an issue about changing the angle of the extension?
No.
No.
Okay, thanks.
No, I think what I said was we met with them a couple of times and, we worked extensively to minimize the bulkhead. So we can do that. And you're right about two elevators. But on the other hand, one elevator does carry a risk of when it's down. somebody-
That's exactly
And
how I feel.
deliveries and all of that, especially it's gonna be
Yeah.
what is inevitably electric. Yes,
Yeah, and I
which
think
will be an impediment to selling, but that's his business.
that's right.
Okay.
But I
On
do
the
think
floor,
that
eighth
ground
floor.
floor, it's wonderful, but it's probably the most derelict landmarked ground floor in Tribeca in this life.
It's a good one. Okay, call the question on an approval kind of thing, okay? Oh, Daniel, tell us.
Yay.
Who's Daniel?
I am. Hello,
Hi.
hi. Just wanted,
Daniel is from Broad Street Development.
Oh, hey, Daniel.
hello, good evening. Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you spending some time with my team.
Okay, that's
Thank
a
you.
good statement.
Nice job.
It's a testimony to the Rolling Studios. We've done a couple of jobs in the city now. We're very happy working with them, and candidly, trying to be a good steward to the community. Very proud of our portfolio. And very thankful for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's your marksmanship, sir? I see some, I'm joking.
No.
Okay, all right.
Not bad. That's my old life. That's my old life.
I see, looks good, looks fun. Okay, thank you for joining us and welcome. Okay, so we voted, or no? Call the question. Second. All in favor?
Santiago?
What are we putting in the resolution about the
We're gonna talk
materiality?
about it in a second. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get right
Santiago?
there.
Yes, in favor.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Sir, okay, so.
Thank you.
For the old Sophia Brothers, we're gonna talk about the brick dimensionality in the back. And what else? I mean, we like it in general, so.
We
you
made
know,
all kinds of proposals for the Fin Square extension.
Yeah,
Are we proposing that they do use, extended brick or leave it alone or what?
I don't feel comfortable necessarily getting into the design
Fine,
thing
yeah, it's fine
because
with me.
I can see precedents
Yeah.
either way, okay? All right. So it'll just be a short and positive thing. And if I think of some nice little dig at you, we'll put it in there too, but we'll make it mostly in a people.
For a project of this size, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. Looking great to see that building converted. Okay, motion to adjourn. Can I just say?
Oh, Harrison speaks next month.
Yeah, okay,
Yes, it's a little thing, but it's a big deal.
sure.
Oh, that's why you were here for that one.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Fair mark.